Hi friends, welcome back to
Wish You Love Podcast.
My name is Jazmine.
And my name is Marilyn.
And welcome back to another Tuesday drop. Thank you so much to everyone who's been listening, going along with the ride. For anyone that's new that just started tuning in, welcome to our podcast. Hope you guys have loved all of our episodes. Check out our previous episodes this month of February as we wrap up here now. All about love, all the questions really focus on like self-love, love with others around you. And so just a fun theme to have this month.
Yeah, I love it. I love our February episodes.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe. You check us out every Tuesday. Put the notifications on. Comment, like, all of the above.
Do all the good stuff. Give us a rating if you like us.
Yes. And also, click our link in the bio.
Yeah. Send us your story, or if you need advice, send it in. It's anonymous.
Questions. Yes. We'd love to hear from you and love to dedicate an episode for that.
Yeah.
Starting off with our usual, an intro question to get the episode started. Curious to know, as we wrap up the month of February, what is your favorite love song? So, Marilyn, you want to go first?
Yeah. So there's so many songs that I obviously love, but when Jasmine had asked me this question, the first song that popped into my head was I Do Love You. Specifically, I mean, all versions I love, specifically GQ. That is me and my boyfriend's song. The song we're going to dance to when we get married. It was just our song. It is our song. So anytime I hear that song, I think of our love for each other. So that would be my answer. But there are so many beautiful songs that are out there that I love. So many oldies, so many just honorable mentions. I love Moonlight. That was one of my favorite love songs as well. Wish You Love is another love song, but the first one that came to mind was I Do Love You. Take a listen to it today.
I don't think I've listened, or maybe. So after this, let's listen to it.
For sure, girl. That's a classic.
Unless, maybe I have heard it. I just don't know the name of it. For me, agreed as well. Lots of beautiful love songs. My boyfriend has even wrote some. I just thought about that right now. That I love. But for this episode, I'll dedicate one of my favorite love songs, POV by Ariana Grande. I absolutely love that song. Same like you. I think, I don't know how or I don't know where, but I do plan to incorporate it if and when I get married. So POV by Ariana Grande. I think it really, same thing. I always dedicate it to Angel. I'm like, this is like me singing my love to you. So,
wait, can I just say something? First of all, that's how I feel about Moonlight. Like, that's me singing to Anthony, like the lyrics. I agree with you. So during a wedding, there's only so many songs that you can use, right? Your first dance song, your song with your dad, the song you walk into with your girls, like, or the song your girls walk into. And I think you're sitting down at that point.
Or you going to the
altar while they're waiting for you. Like, I already have that playlist ready. But I was going to say that I have already pre-thought other ways to incorporate songs like POV or something like that. So, when you get engaged, and hopefully, Anthony better have this, but a videographer should be on standby recording this. And I would love to edit it. I would love to edit the engagement photo shoot, or hopefully they have it recorded when he asks and stuff. And having that song, POV, Moonlight, having those songs played for that, because that's a beautiful way to incorporate it. Because you already have your song and you already have so many, you know what I mean? So ideas to incorporate it, different ways to incorporate it, because obviously everyone will see the announcement, and POV is a perfect way for you to show, like, how you feel about your relationship, how you feel about the engagement, right? Yeah. But I want to ask, before we go into our main question, what is your and Angel's song? Do you guys have a song?
Yeah, we do. We have a couple. But I would say, like, the first one.
But what's the song, like, you all gonna dance to? Like, your song.
We don't know yet.
Oh my gosh, no way. Okay.
So we have options.
Okay, well, let's hear them.
Yeah. But I will say the first song he ever dedicated to me, and it was on our one of our first few dates, it was Jonas Brothers. It was Love Bug. And so I know that one, like, she said, fainted.
Tell me why my song Anthony first dedicated to me was Fancy by Drake. She got Love Bug, I got Fancy.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
She said, it even says in the song, it was like 411 with the, like, it's like something about the height and stuff. Like,
there was thought.
There was thought in it. Yeah, for sure. I think that song represents me, but like it's not like, you know,
like a
Love Bug. Love Bug. Like that song, I cry listening to it. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So I know that one. I feel like every time we play it, it's like,
and I'm hopeless. Head of, oh, girl.
Yeah.
I'm done. That's a good one. Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Nails done, hair done, everything. Because he told me, he's like, I've never been with a girl, like, because I used to get really long acrylics. Now I do press-ons. But, like, he's like, I've never been with a girl who has long hair, who has long nails, like, always dressed up and all this stuff. So that's why I think he thought of me for the song.
For that song. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, Anthony.
I love it.
But that's cute. So is that one of your songs? Possibly first dance song.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song.
Possibly. I'd say that one. Maybe another one would be when Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber collabed.
Oh, Stuck With You?
Oh,
yeah.
Because it was during COVID, which is when we
started
together, and 2, because it's 2 artists that we both respect and love.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's
I don't know. Options. Yeah.
Love options.
I think I like to plan too, like my future and like my life and like what that wedding would look like.
Yeah.
But I know like here's my balance, right? The angel's like, don't plan too much though, or else you're gonna lose the magic when it actually happens. Yeah. So I haven't thought too far yet, but I just know POV would be for sure something.
You're like incorporated.
Yeah. I just don't know where, how.
I love that. Oh, please.
And I think I think Fancy should be incorporated in yours.
No.
Even the girls walk out song.
Oh, that's I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We try to be classy in this. We try to be classy in the wedding.
You could do like a surprise dance.
Well,
oh, you fancy, huh? Are you?
I don't know, girl. I don't know about all that. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Though.
Stay tuned, you guys.
We'll see, but for sure, I do love you. It's gonna be incorporated. I was gonna say, please comment down below. Maybe if you have gotten married, what was your wedding song that you danced to your first dance? If you haven't and you're in a relationship and you already know this is our song, comment down below, or just please answer the question: what is your favorite love song? We'd love to listen to it. I think Jazmine and I...
Put us on. Put us on those love songs.
Put us on those love songs. We're for sure going to listen to Love Bug and I Do Love You before she goes today after this episode. So take a listen to it. Actually, I'll link it down below just in case you haven't listened to any of them so far in your life. What are you doing? Both classics. But I'll link them down below, a YouTube video, so you can listen to it. Let's get into the main question of the episode. So Jazmine's going to answer first. What are strengths and weaknesses in relationships?
All right. Took some time to think about this. I think both Marilyn and I, when we picked the question and we started recording, we were like, like what are they? Although your weakness was fast. I feel like you're quick to be like, that's the weakness.
You'll see what I say.
But okay, I'll start with listing it and then I'll get into deep into it. So for strengths, I have a combo of 3. But I feel like they all kind of play together. But it would be support, genuine appreciation, and gratitude. And my weakness, as I was thinking about it, and it's funny because Marilyn was like, that's your core value that you talked about last episode. I was like, like true. No growth. Like people who just don't grow. So I guess we'll start with the weakness and we'll end it in a nicer note.
Good. That's a good one.
Yeah. For the weakness, with those around me, like the sense of no growth, like it really like makes me want to be like, step back. Like I don't know if I could be in a relationship or have friendships or even just like people around me who don't have those aspirations to grow and to be better. Like Marilyn told me before, it is one of my core values, right? I mentioned it in the last episode. Like, growth to me is just so fundamental and like something that I keep and I do with everything that every chapter I'm in. And so when I'm around people who just don't grow or don't learn from their mistakes, like that is such a big that's a weakness. Like, I don't like that. I don't want that. Like, respectfully, like, I love you, but like, I wish you love.
Yeah.
I wish you love, but from afar.
You said that.
And so, yeah, like looking back into like not naming anyone or anything, but just keeping it super like vague and so that you guys can understand what I mean. Like, certain people that used to be in my life, I look back now and like I said, always wish them love, always, because those people that used to be in my life, I truly like value and love what they gave me during that period. And like the memories, like to this day, I'll look back and I'll be like, oh, I remember when this, like, you know, when I did this with this person, or wow, like we used to always come here and like I'm eating this thing that we used to always eat. But when I see that they're still in the same place, or the reason why we're no longer friends or speaking or together, and they're still doing the same action, the same habit, the same thing that got them to where they're at today and why we distance ourselves, like that truly makes me so sad. And it's such a weakness, I think, in relationships, because it's like I talked about in the last episode, like growth is so important. Like your chapter is still the same and people are going to just toss it to the side because there's nothing to look forward to in the next chapter if it's very same habits, same routine. And so that for sure is something that I realize now, and as I reflect and stuff, that is a weakness. And sorry, wish you love, babe, but from afar. And then the strength, definitely with it comes the support, genuine appreciation, and gratitude. Like, I cannot stress how much I love when my friends repost our stuff or our content, or when they message me on the side and like, we're so happy to see everything that you're doing, and like your podcast with Marilyn is so awesome. Like, that's such a strength. And like, wow, like I want to keep you in my life. Like, you support me in everything that I do. Like, I could freaking eat a cheeseburger and you'll support me and you'll be like, yeah, like, you know, you go girl, you did that beautifully. And so I love that, because I feel like it correlates again with the appreciation that you have for me and everything that I'm doing in my life. We may not be on the same chapter. We may not be, you know, just because I do a podcast with Marilyn doesn't mean my friends have podcasts or Angel has a podcast. Like, right. But the fact that you support and you appreciate what I do and you showcase that to me, like, such a strength and that I love, that I love. And that gratitude, guys, again, another core value that I talked about in the last episode. Like, you have that love and gratitude towards me that I'm just like, I want to keep you and I need you because I want to do the same to you, if not more, like in terms of like support and gratitude. So yeah, I would say those two for sure would be my strengths and weaknesses.
And just commenting before I get into mine about her weakness, as we've talked about before, you know, your relationships, and we're talking about in general, whether it be, you know, partner or friendship or even parents, your relationships should always be ever growing. It should never be the same. For example, my relationship with Anthony, year 1 is not going to be the same as year 10. It should always be growing. We should always be bettering ourselves. We should always be catering to each other's needs within a friendship, within a relationship, within our parents. You know, at one point they took care of us. At some point we will take care of them. Relationships should always be changing. We should never stay the same. So I love that she mentioned that weakness, and I 1,000% agree with that. And you want your friends and people around you to be good people that are doing better for themselves, always improving, always doing good. You know, you want to celebrate them, you want to love them. And it's hard to be around people that are not like that. So I 1,000% agree. For mine, I'm going to begin, like Jazmine said, with the weakness and then end on the strength. So the weakness, she said, was very fast for me to think of because I see it within all relationships as either don't work out or are not good ones, and it's disrespect. I think every relationship, and remember, we're talking friendships, relationships, parents, on both ends, there should never be disrespect, because if you have love for someone, the last thing that you should be doing is disrespecting them, whether that be to their face, behind their face, or by actions, So making sure that the person that you love is always handled with respect and that you are treated with respect as well. Because if there's disrespect continuously, sometimes disrespectful things happen out of anger or, bad situations. Life happens. We're not perfect. But if it's a continuous thing, that's a red flag within a relationship, and it probably shouldn't be had, that relationship. So that is my weakness within a relationship. Very fast, very quick. That's all I have to say about that, because y'all can fill in the blanks. And for a strength within the relationship that I have found within the relationships within my life is understanding. So coming from a place of understanding, and I was telling Jazmine, giving the example of my best friend, Renee. Renee, if you're listening, I love you so much. She's my sister. She's my confidant. She's my defender. She comes from a place of understanding. So like if you have an understanding of someone, if you know somebody front and back, then you know that you can come to them at any point and they will understand you. They will understand your anger. They'll understand your sadness. They'll understand the rage, the love, all the good, all the bad, and they'll be able to be there for you as they're supposed to be. And I think also within relationships, you need to understand each other. You need to, like Jazmine said, understand where the person's coming from, because everyone has different backgrounds. As well from parents, understanding that why didn't they let me go to the sleepover? Oh, because they were protecting me. They don't know if something can happen to me. Someone can touch me. Those are things that are scary that children do face and can face. Coming from that understanding, but also, Mom, but trust me, I'm 30 years old. No kidding. I'm at a particular age where you can trust me now. I'm safe. I'm okay. So coming from that understanding in every aspect of your relationship, I think is a strength, because let's say that you're angry at somebody or you're having a dispute with somebody, but if you have an understanding of each other, then you're like, okay, I can see where you're coming from, but this is where I'm coming from, and come in a place of unison. So I think if you have respect and understanding, and obviously the underlying tone of love for one another, I think that makes for a successful relationship.
First off, with the disrespect, yes, family or not, right? I love how you mentioned that. Not just relationship, not just friends, but family of both sides, right? So often but it's family, but it's my mom, I can't, or it's my sibling, we're all human beings. And yeah, you're right. Disrespect will always happen, like you said, out of emotion. Sometimes it just, I don't know, as human beings, sometimes we don't take the time to digest. We just act and feel and do. But when it is continuous, yes, family or not, just any person breathing, that is who's disrespectful, cut it, because it's not okay. And again, on the topic of love yourself enough to cut it.
Period.
Yes, to be like, I love myself too much to continue to have this in my life.
Period.
So, and with the understanding, everything beautiful, beautifully well said. I think for sure, even just us, we had a conversation a couple days ago where we talked about understanding where we come from and why. And now it's I know as we were talking, I was oh, this helps me so much, because now I get a different understanding of who you are and why. So I love that. And also wanted to comment that with the understanding, I feel like it also goes with the growth, in the sense where understanding that the people around you are going through different chapters. So sometimes the way they act, that's maybe not the same, right? Their growth is a little bit different than you in certain ways, but understanding where they're coming from, as long as they still have you said, the foundation of love. You have to understand that your girlfriends who used to like to party and now are like in serious relationships, when maybe you're not in a serious relationship yet, you're just starting, but they're different. I feel like it made me think of like, when your friends first start dating and like they start to, like the honeymoon, or where they start to put like boundaries, like, oh, like, no, I'm not going to go to bars anymore, like stuff like that.
Change a little bit.
Yeah, like that's like their new change or growth. They still show that love for you, but it's like taking the time to understand that person, to be like, oh, like, I get it. They're in a relationship. It's serious. Like, I hope that makes sense.
No, yeah.
Yeah, like, I think understanding why that person is the way they are and why they're growing into this new version of themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what I wanted to touch on that.
Yeah, 1,000% agree. I love this episode because I feel that a lot of people need to reflect on their relationships within their life, because we've said before that the relationships you have within your life are going to guide how happy you are. If you're in a toxic relationship, you're never going to be happy. If you're in an abusive friendship, even like they verbally abuse you, they're just not good people, or they're bad influences, they're not, inspiring you to be the best version of yourself, you're not going to be the best you can be, and that same goes for family. I think it's important, like we've been saying, to hand select the people in your life. Make sure that every single person is benefiting you, and of course you benefit them because you be your amazing self. But these relationships are so important, and when you have these relationships, it is important to grow. And also, let's say that somebody struggles with lashing out in anger and yelling, they can still grow, they can still change, but if they don't after a certain period of time, it is important to know when done is done. So that is just something I wanted to say, because I see a lot of people saying in relationships that they shouldn't, and they're just wasting years of their life. And trust me, you have your whole life, even if it's been 10 years and you've been with the person or been friends with the person since you were 2 years old. It doesn't matter. You have your whole life to live. It's not over yet. You haven't wasted time. You've learned during that time. So that's something I wanted to add to the convo.
And I hope that as we wrap up the month of love, all of these questions that we talked about in these episodes of like reflection of those around you, like I hope this last one you also like take the time to really jot down those strengths and weaknesses. And again, reflect, like Marilyn said, who's around you? Like what's those 3 cousins that you spend the most time with, or friends, or your partner, like, do they align with those, with your strengths and weaknesses? Do they continuously disrespect or have been in the same position since you were, in high school? Have they not grown? And really just take the time to reflect. And as sad as it sounds, but if you have to let go, I hope this is the month where you can really love yourself more to do these changes and to cut off or do whatever is necessary for yourself.
And before we close off, I just want to mention the importance, like she said, love yourself more than anything, because everyone is looking out for themselves. Everyone loves themselves more. Even, everyone's different, but I've seen it even with my parents. Like, I'm like, dang, like I need to put myself first over my parents, over my siblings, over my, you know what I mean? It's like, of course, come with love, respect, but always put yourself first. This isn't what I want for my life. This isn't what I see for myself. And move with that accordingly to what you want with your life, and just love yourself more. I think that's the biggest struggle for people, because when you love yourself, when you're in a bad relationship, you're like, this is not for me. When you love yourself. So it's so important to love yourself and love everything about you, even your flaws, and work on that and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. And if this is your first time on the pod, welcome. Such a good episode to be on. And We hope that you stick along and follow us on Instagram at Wish You Love Pod and subscribe or, hit the little follow on Apple Podcasts. And we love that we have you here. So thank you.
We hope you guys reflected, learned, spread love, and above all else,
we wish you love. Bye, friends.